Kaguya Wants to Be Confessed To seems to be coming to an end, and today I want to go over some plot points that are not yet resolved as of chapter 261. First and most important of all, we still haven't gotten the fourth Ramen Emperor chapter yet. We've met the other three Ramen Emperors in the Fujiwara Really Wants to Eat series. The only one left is the legendary Jay Suzuki. Now, Suzuki has actually already made a couple of appearances in the manga. He was the taxi driver that took Kaguya and the student council to see the fireworks. He also visited Kaguya's class's cosplay cafe. I think we will definitely get a ramen chapter with him and Fujiwara before this series ends. Speaking of Fujiwara, we should still have 2 more chapters in the Fujiwara training series. According to chapter 224, Fujiwara still has to teach Shirogane how to swim and how to get over his fear of insects. So maybe the student council will finally go on that beach and mountain vacation that they talked about in the beginning of this series. We will also need a conclusion to Ishigami and Iino's relationship. Iino's feelings towards Ishigami has been a huge part of her character over the past 100-ish chapters, so we will definitely need Akka to give us some closure on that. There's also the freshman year summer arc. Akka has already confirmed on Twitter that he will revisit Shirogane and Kaguya's first year again at some point. There are a lot of mysteries in the first year storyline, like who was the previous president, what happened between the student council, and how did Shirogane help Ryuju Momo. I made a theory on what I think happened between the 66 student council a year and a half ago if you want to take a look at that. Hifumi Abe was introduced, kind of. We've only ever seen his shoe and his cat, but his name is pretty important. In the Tale of the Bamboo Cutter, Kaguya had 5 suitors that the student council members are referenced after, and Abe was named after one of the suitors as well. Because of this, many readers speculated that there was going to be a guy named Abe that was going to join the student council and be a rival to Shirogane for Kaguya's love. But I think it's way too late in the story for that to happen. Each suitor from the Tale of the Bamboo Cutter was assigned an impossible task of obtaining a mystical object, and these objects were what the Impossible Girls were named after. Other than Fujiwara, the student council members all have a relationship of some sort with their Impossible Girl counterparts. Iino was best friends with Osaragi, Ishigami went on dates with Tsubame, and Shirogane helped Ryuju Momo in the past. Shiranui Koromo is named after the robes of the fire rat that Abe from the Tales of the Bamboo Cutter was supposed to collect, so Koromo and Abe might have a connection to each other. But once again, I think that it is too late in the story for Akka to go into that. Maybe Akka will show it in the spin-off manga, or even Oshinoko. While we're on the topic of the Impossible Girls, Ishigami has befriended 3 out of the 4 of them, with the only exception being Momo Ryuju, so maybe the 2 of them will interact at some point. We were also introduced to the 2nd and 3rd year homeroom teachers. It seemed like Akka was going to do more stories involving the classroom and the teachers, but that didn't happen. Class 3A's teacher was newly recruited for the sole sake of supporting Kaguya and her friends, but then he barely had any screen time. I think Akka initially wanted a teacher character like Onizuka in the story, but then he dropped the idea because he can't think of what to do with them exactly. Finally, we have Mama Shirogane. Mama Shirogane left her family and never looked back. She's a big reason for Miyuki's inferiority complex, and we don't know where she is now. There's a possibility that she's with the Shijos because of this panel. I think Aka will at least dedicate a chapter to her before the end of the series. This is all for me today. Let me know if you can think of anything that I missed.